Going to play Death Becomes You. I've never played this game before. It's supposed to be murder mystery. No matter what happens, this will be the end of us. With those words stuck in my head, I bounced between really wanting to see Lyra and being stubborn. She was right to be mad. I know this, but how do I break this silence that's lasted a whole week? A silence that's created a guilt so strong that each time I close my eyes, I see how hurt she was. I miss her. But all I did was ask a simple question about a silly rumor. Why has it become so complicated? I'm forcefully connected to the hive mind, and I blink back the strange sensation. Even though I've used the campus hive mind messaging system countless times, I'm still not used to the tingle that creeps over my eyes. What? A message flashes across the back of my eyelids. Mentor reassignment approved. Is this some kind of telepathic Facebook? Further details will be provided as soon as they are finalized. Have a nice day. And then I'm out again. Cut off from the campus hive mind with a new message stuck in my head like a bad song. I shoot up from my bed, my eyes stink mercilessly, and not just from the hive mind ping. I can't believe she went through with it. She's getting rid of me. Lyra has been my mentor since I began at the academy. We had a little argument, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't irredeemable. We're still friends, aren't we? Suddenly, my stubbornness is a lot easier to tame. My eyes flutter, spelling out my thoughts. A sharp pain connects me to her, and off it goes. You may enter your name, Sydney. Is that the default name? Okay, we'll stick with Sydney. I'm sorry, can we talk? Please, Sydney? I wish the message didn't sound so desperate, but honestly, I am. She's my friend. That's why I asked about the rumors. It's because I don't want to believe them. But she had laughed at me in response. Then she got quiet. I'd never seen Lyra so tense before. She floats around the campus with a smile on her face, and people flock to be her friend, the way that I did, the way I was. I was proud to be her friend. I still am. I am grateful that she chose to guide me through what could have been a really rough first year. Lyra always says that unless your mentor is willing to devote every waking moment to you, you'll never survive the first year. Lyra is that kind of mentor, so dedicated to me that it was hard not to become as close as we did. She is the force I need to keep going on the worst of days. Okay, let's talk. My heart bucks and hope spurs me forward. I tug my shoes on and stumble out the door. I don't realize how late it is until the cold air smacks me in the face. Maybe I should get a jacket, but I want to see Lyra. I run towards the quiet side of campus where the mentors live. I want to sort this out and to be her mentee again. I want to hear her voice. Ha 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 ha. Voices? I look around, but it's so late, not even a stray is out. I definitely heard something. I walk closer to where the sounds are coming from. You've got to be kidding me. Is this all you wanted to say? Lyra, it's her voice. I start running again before I can think about it. You were quick, I'll give you that, but not quick enough. She's coming to get you. Lyra's voice cuts through the silence from the balcony above. Her melodic laughter sounds different than usual to me, but I know it's her. There's no doubt that it's her voice. There's a bite to it I've never heard before, but there'll be a reason for it, like there's a reason for the rumors. We can talk, and I know there'll be a reason. People are just jealous of her. We can definitely sort things out. From behind me, a thud, a crack, a hollow squelch. Ooh. My heart lurches into the wallows of my stomach. Lyra, I'm close to panicking before I even turn around, imagining the worst, hoping for the best, seeing the worst. Lyra? Her bones, jut out of her flesh at unnatural angles. Blood. Why is there so much blood? The pool of red seeps forward as if making its way towards me. I force myself to step forward, to get closer to her. Get up. Please get up, Lyra. I can't get any closer. No matter how much I want to be there for Lyra, I can't. Lyra! Get away from her. I'm sorry, The student drags me back by my shirt collar, holding me there as she inspects every inch of me. Miss Daniela, What did you just say? Sorry? I nod. Her gaze sucks coherent thought out of me. I don't even know what I'm sorry for, but I am. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Tears drip down my face. I want to tell Lyra that I'm sorry. I want her to know how I feel. If I say it enough times, will that make all of this go away? Save your sorries for someone who can use them. She lets go of me like she touched something dirty. I flinch away from her, my numb body stumbling back. I scuttle backwards, my hands slipping in blood. I scream. The sound pierces my throat until I am out of breath. A hand, unfazed by the streaks my fingers paint on her sleeve cuff, helps me up. What happened here, Sydney? You know me? Yes, I know you. You're Lyra's mentee. You don't know me, I suppose. My panic ebbs and flows each time I blink. I don't know what spell she's using, if she's causing magic at all, but I want to feel calm, so I stare deeply into her glowing green eyes. I'm Apolline. Lyra might have mentioned me, maybe not a lot, but enough that my name rings a bell. No, she never did. I'm sorry. No, don't be. That does sound like Lyra. She laughs, but no joy glitters in her green eyes. As calm as I feel, I know this person is manipulating me with some enchantment. I shouldn't be this calm, not while Lyra is over there. I pull away from Apolline, maybe it's Apolline, I don't know, and the panic hits me again. She was doing something to me. This is why Lyra never mentioned Apolline. Lyra would never let someone control me like that. Not when I'm only a first year and can't defend myself. Did I offend you? No. Yes. Two students run towards the scene, hand in hand. When they catch my eye, they stop suddenly. Who are they? Oh dear, and I thought 3 was a crowd. The purple-haired student glares at me and stands before the blonde as if shielding her. We came as soon as we heard. The screams. We heard screams. Is she alive? No. Sydney made sure of that. Me? Daniela's eyes never met mine, but she cuts everyone else down with a glare. The blonde shrinks behind the purple-haired student, and Apolline shuffles away from me. You found her. Was that only a coincidence? Yes, How did you do it? Daniela, what are you? You heard her. She keeps saying she's sorry. What are you so sorry about? I didn't do this. Why would you apologize for something you didn't do? You can't do this, Daniela. This is murder. Sydney, us. I didn't do this. Why should we believe you? My head snaps to the sour-faced student, who won't even look at me. Her eyes never leave Daniela's. I'm her friend. I'd never do this to her. I look to the one person who might have my back, but Apolline is also looking to Daniela. My last hope dies. Maybe it is a little suspicious. Please, I didn't do anything. Please believe me. Let's hope the authorities believe you. No, we can't. Sophie, we can't. Do we have any other choice, Alice? Sophie, ignore her. It's not your choice to make, Alice. Apolline, call the administrators. They can sort this out. Apolline looks at me with a weak smile. If you're innocent, Sydney, then it'll be fine. They'll find out what really happened. I want to agree, but what if they come to the same conclusion? What if they take the easiest course of action and blame me for it? No. No? But why worry if you're innocent? Yeah, because an innocent person's never been convicted of a crime. They all stare at me. I am, but I'm alone. None of these people will help me. None of these people would go out on a limb for me the way my eyes catch Lyra's knee, wrench back at an unnatural angle. She's the only person I have. I didn't do this, but I'm scared. I feel a small hand touch mine. Alice, the blonde-haired student, holds my hand and smiles at me with all the radiance of a spring morning. We'll help you, Sydney. I don't believe that, but who else can I trust now? That smile might only be to sweeten the lies. We won't let anything bad happen to you. Then it's decided. Sophie, come with me. We need to move Lyra before this becomes bigger than us. What about us? Didn't you just promise to take care of Sydney? You and Apolline can see that she gets back to her dorm safely. As we walk away, I take one last look at Lyra. Daniela turns Lyra's face away from me, revealing the hole in the back of her skull. Sophie presses her hand against it. What are they doing to her? Ugh. Neither of them flinch as they lift, blood dripping and broken limbs dragging along behind them. My gut grips onto my supper, and I hope it stays there. As I walk away with Alice and Apolline, I hate the relief I feel knowing I'm away from Lyra's corpse. I was dying to see Lyra, but now that she's dead, I can't wait to get away. Hey, I'm Alice, but you probably already caught that, tee-hee. I know she's trying to make me feel better, so I go along with it. hoping any talking is better than this guilt. I'm Sydney. I'm glad that it's harder to think about Lyra while I'm talking to Alice, because I'll scream again if I do. Nice to meet you, Sydney. I force on a smile as bright as Alice's, while Lyra bleeds. Nice to meet you, too. And you've already met Apolline. She's a mentor for elemental magic. Lucky for her, that's my major, so she gets to see me all the time. Oops. Can I go back? I would if you ever showed up to lectures. Guilty. Alice and Apolline both seem like the type that smile a lot, which is almost infectious, but it's not enough for me to shake the gloom that's gripping me. You're a first year, right, Sydney? You'll be picking a major soon. You got any ideas what it'll be? Economics? No, it's a big decision. The biggest. Having a mentor makes it easier to choose. It would if they weren't such egoists. Not you, Apolline, you're wonderful. Thank you, Alice. My mentor wasn't like that either. Oh, who's your mentor? Lyra, or it used to be. Oh. She had me reassigned, so technically she's not my mentor anymore. That sounds a lot like her. That's the second time Apolline has said how something sounds like what Lyra would do. Is she rubbing in how well she knew Lyra? That's not true. Well, she usually doesn't last a semester with a mentee. She must have liked you. It's like I said, we were friends. Can I really sound so smug about it when she dropped me too? Apolline is watching me, and I get the feeling she's thinking the same thing. Friends, huh? Lyra having friends seems odd. There's nothing odd about it. We'd still be friends now if I didn't ask her stupid questions about stupid rumors. She might even be alive now if I'd kept my big mouth shut. I wasn't a good friend. I should have believed her. No questions asked. If I had, she might... Tears choke me and I shut up. I've brought back the elephant in the room. I need to stop being such a coward. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that to be a good friend, Sydney. Do what? Blame yourself. It's as useful as punching yourself in the face. It just hurts. I laugh, a little weakly, and just as quickly stop. I scrub away the tears with my sleeve. I can't think like that. It is my fault. The truth is, Lyra does what she wants to and has a talent for making you think you had some sort of control over it. You shouldn't take on more than your fair share of responsibility. Some people don't need a reason to make a bad choice, and letting you go is one of Lyra's bad choices. Maybe it was a good choice, for you at least. I'd put it another way. Lyra doesn't make good choices, but rash ones. Unless Daniela is there to hold her hand, she's just a chaotic whirl of desires and passions. Ooh. I don't think letting me go was one of them, though. I hurt her. Shut up, Sydney, before you say something you regret. There was a rumor about her hurting one of her old mentees. It isn't true, right? That she was taking magic from them without them knowing? I should stop talking. Why would these people be honest if Lyra couldn't be? I know it's not true. Lyra wouldn't. I was just... You were concerned, as you should be, when you hear something nasty like that. It was a good thing that you asked her about it, Sydney. When there's smoke, there's fire, and all that. But Sydney doesn't need to dwell on these things. It's over now. Appeline's eyes look so empty, and my gut twists. She's telling the truth. She's never lied once, but that's what worries me. She's too clever to be telling me the whole truth. We first come to the second-year dormitory. Alice hovers by the door, taking in a deep breath. I do want to make sure you're all right, Sydney. Tonight was intense, so if you ever need a friend, my dorm room is 686. You should come and talk about whatever, whenever you want, okay? I'd like that, Alice. Thank you. Alice pulls me into a hug. She smells like daisies and lavender. Daisies don't really smell good. I always think daisies smell a little bit like pee or something. Well, lavender smells good. She moves her face so the heat of her mouth is against the crook of my neck. Good Lord. I'd hate to know what I smell like after all this. Don't worry about Lyra, Sydney. She whispers into my skin quietly enough to keep Appeline from hearing. Appeline, I don't know what we call her now. She did it to herself. Ew, that's a creepy smile. Alice pulls away, giving me a quick peck on the cheek before disappearing into the dormitory. I scrubbed the spot on my cheek that Alice had touched. I can't let her talk about Lyra like that. She knew what she was doing, being nice to me to cloud my judgment, but her sweet exterior must be hiding something sinister. Too much sugar is sickly. Appeline and I continue on to the first year's dorm in silence. Appeline watches me and doesn't hide it. She even boldly catches my eye when I look back at her. Did she hear what Alice said back there? I shiver at the thought. I would never have remotely considered what Alice had said. Lyra and I were about to talk it out and go back to being friends. Why would Lyra do that to herself? Don't go there, don't. Or I sniff back the tears, trying to hold it together. I can't start crying, not now, not until I get back to my own room. I don't believe that Lyra would have done something like that. Why would she invite me to meet up if she was planning to? Unless she wanted me to see it. She wanted me to know it was my fault. No, she didn't. Alice was lying. That makes more sense than Lyra... Sydney? I walk faster. The dorm is in view. I need to get there before I can deal with these thoughts. It's all my fault. The thoughts don't stop no matter how much I want them to. Maybe she did do this to herself and she wanted me to know it. What kind of friend would do that? My thoughts keep cycling, passing through the same points each time. Sydney? Lyra wasn't like that. She wouldn't do that to me. Alice, you liar. Sydney. I spin around and Appeline is holding out a tissue. I snatch it up and scrub the tears away. Alice was right. Tonight has been intense. Don't say a word, Sydney. Talk and it'll all come out. Just hold it together. I nod. It helps to rattle my brain enough as if I could disrupt my cycling thoughts and help me not cry. I was wondering, does the first year dorm still have that broken coffee machine on the third floor lounge? Yeah, I think so. Why? I want a coffee, of course. Appeline holds the lounge door open for me, and I guess that's her way of saying she's seeing me all the way here and to my room, just like Miss Daniela asked. It doesn't work, you know. Ah, but we're magic, remember? I perk up a little, wondering what kind of spell you could use on a coffee machine. Then, thud, thud, thud. Adeline slams her palm against the machine, and just like magic, but not quite, the coffee machine spits out a cup, filling it with sludgy brown liquid. Ugh. Nothing like it. Coffee shouldn't be sludgy. Apolline hands me the cup. After a cautious few sips, it's hard to disagree. 2 long gulps soothe the last knots of tension in my body. Apolline smiles expectantly at me when I hand the cup back. It hits the spot after such a stressful night. Yeah, nothing like caffeine and coffee to calm you right down. A little too well. I promise I haven't done anything to it, Sydney. That's not what I meant. Saying that, now I am a little worried. Apolline is a mentor, so her spells go way beyond my own. And Apolline has already proven she'd throw me under the bus if Daniela asked her to. What's to say she's not doing that now? All I can do is trust her, but nothing about this situation is reassuring. If you need to talk, Sydney, I'm here too. I guess you also want to be my friend? Please just don't nuzzle my neck like you're gonna kiss me. Back off, we need some space, some personal space. I snort. How gullible do these people think I am? If you want me to, do you need another friend, Sydney? After what happened to my last friend, are you sure you'd want to do that? Maybe I'm a bad omen. I don't believe that's what happened, Sydney. Then why did you say that I seemed suspicious back outside? We do need to be careful. Even if I don't think it's you, we can't rule anyone out yet. That doesn't explain Miss Daniela's accusations. Daniela knows what she's doing, and I am sure she agrees with me that we can't rule anyone out. Maybe you should have, called someone in to investigate the crime before you started moving Lyra's broken body around, contaminating the crime scene. It's a little strange if you ask me. She probably has a plan to get to the bottom of this. None of that felt like it. Shut up before you say too much. Every part of me wants to trust Apolline, but I know that's the coffee talking. Yes, coffee, it has this way of making you just really trustful and naive. Just, coffee makes you let your guard down, that's for sure. There's no way I'd be so willing to bear so much to this stranger, no matter how nice her eyes are. So, as Sydney has been going to the school, she hasn't really met anyone or something? Lyra, she seems like she got in pretty thick with Lyra, but it's like she hasn't met anyone else in the school. It could be a spell. Maybe that's why I suddenly felt calmer after looking into her eyes back outside. Sydney, we all need someone we can trust. Please don't be afraid to trust me. Maybe. I try to divert the conversation the way Lyra would to keep things light and fun and stop us from talking about things that are too uncomfortable. You said Lyra talked about me? All the time. If only I'd known to change the topic last time Lyra and I spoke, before it was too late. What'd she say? She thought you were a very eager student, very agreeable and fun to be around. You said you were arguing? Did she say anything about it? I don't think so, but Lyra liked to keep a brave face. When you're special to so many people, you have to keep your image up. I don't think many people got to know her well because of it. She wasn't like that with me. I got to know her. She'll make you think that, but she knows how to adapt. Lyra knew she had to do that because whatever she was hiding is just too ugly a thing to forgive, no matter how special she is. I take the last swig of my coffee, trying to hide how uncomfortable her words have made me. I know Lyra like no one else does, even if Apolline thinks otherwise. I think we better call it a night, don't you? I nod. I promise to look out for you, Sydney, like a substitute mentor, though you probably won't need me very much. Lyra said you're strong, resilient even. Me? She said that about me? All the time. She never said that directly to me. We're all here for you, Sydney. Having Daniela as a mentor won't be anything like what people say it is. She's very attentive and will steer you down the right path. Wait, Miss Daniela is going to be my new mentor? Don't be a stranger, Sydney. My office door is always open if you need an ear or tissue or coffee even. Whoa. Item unlocked, coffee. Apolline leaves. The beginning of a blustery night is silenced the moment the door closes on her. I'm alone again. I put the half-finished coffee on my desk and lay back on my bed, staring up at the ceiling. Lyra, if only I hadn't doubted you. After what feels like hours, the tears finally slowed down, but I can't seem to catch my breath. I smother my face with a pillow, hoping it'll do the same for my thoughts. Everything remains so loud. I'm sorry. I ruined everything. Why aren't you here? I promised to be better if you come back. Lyra, there are so many things I still wanted to do together. Why did I waste the last few days we could have had together? And now they'll never come back. Then silence as the panic burns all thoughts to a white-hot intensity and presses down on my chest. It crushes me until I'm breathless, and I scream, sobbing pitiful tears into my pillow. I'm scared for my life, as scared as Lyra was when she fell. I'm crying all over again. I cry until I'm so tired my body shuts down and forces me to sleep. It's a dreamless sleep, haunted by Lyra. My only friend in this whole world, gone. Lyra, I'll make this right. There must be something I can do. 7 days later. A week has passed, yet I can't say it. I can't think about it in nicer terms. That Lyra's gone. She isn't here. I'm alone. I can say that I'm alone, but admitting that she's dead. I haven't gotten to that point, but I need to, because I can't keep this up much longer. I hold myself away, waiting for someone else to notice and to serve justice, because there is no way Lyra did this to herself. Whoever did it is still out there. I need to do something useful, but I don't know what. I've been searching the campus hive mind, logging in religiously over the last week, looking for anything about her. Nothing is different. Even though she's gone, nothing has changed. What should have changed? Everyone knew her and adored her and revered her, yet not a single person is talking about why she's not here. Turns out that no one but me cares about her. They can't have cared about her the same way I did. They were all fake friends. Lyra knew this. They cared as much as their jealousy would let them, but my friendship was real. Lyra wouldn't let me hang out with her other friends because she wanted us to be closer than that. What if it'd been me? Lyra would care more. she'd do more about it. I think back to that night and the students that had been there. Ebeline and Daniela. The way this person had acted was strange. Think about it. So who acted more strangely? If you ask me, all these people are acting kind of strange. I'm gonna go with Apolline. Apolline keeps saying that's what Lyra would do. It seems like she knew Lyra well, but how come Lyra never mentioned her to me? The way that this person had acted was strange. I'm gonna say Alice was a weirdo. What did Alice mean by, "we'll help you," before they took the body away? Lyra would want to know who did this to me. I need to do that for her too. Apolline and Alice seem suspicious to me. I need to find out which one of them did it. If I don't, when people notice she is gone, how long will it be until fingers start to point in my direction? Until Daniela convinces them it was me, just like she convinced the others. I mean, people haven't noticed that this girl is gone. Nobody's doing anything about it. Does she have parents, Like, who's the school administrator? Who's the principal in this school? That's it. Miss Daniela is a lead. Whether it's her or not, I can talk to her before investigating Apolline and Alice even more. Daniela was the first one to show up, and the first one to blame me. She touched the corpse like it was nothing. I wouldn't be surprised if she's done something like this before. Perhaps I'm letting my instincts lead me, but they're the only thing I can go by right now. I'll get Miss Daniela to talk. I don't know how, but I'll figure it out. For Lyra's sake, I have to at least try. I get lost along the way to Daniela's office and have to backtrack along the hallways a few times. I never realized how little I came to the mentor office's wing, and the even fewer times I had come alone without Lyra's chaperoning. Lyra liked to keep her mentorship personal. Offices felt like the opposite of that to her. I imagine someone like Daniela is the exact opposite. I'd never met her in person before last week, but you'd have to be stupid not to know her name and what she looks like. People prayed they didn't get her as a mentor. I lost touch with most of my cohort. I didn't need the distraction, but from what I could tell, Daniela's mentee spoke of her with the cold distances of a quaking underling. After meeting her, I can see why. Her voice commands your attention, whether you want to submit or not. Everyone at the scene blamed me just because Daniela suggested it. When I come to her door, I have to master my nerve and knock with the kind of authority she will respect. I can't show weakness. Well, it didn't sound like a very forceful knock. You should have been pounding on that door. You should just run in and start screaming in her face. That'll show her. Lyra told me that much. With people like Daniela, you either stand tall or beg. I wait. Silence comes from the other side, but I checked her office hours and she should be here. I move to knock again, but the door suddenly opens. Office hours finished 3 minutes ago. Come back tomorrow. You're very blue, Daniela. A very bluey blue person. Daniela might be shorter than me, but her glare makes me feel even smaller. She looks at her watch with pursed lips before slowly shutting the door on me again. Wait! I push against the door and it gives way far easier than I thought. Daniela's face shows shock, and then an embarrassed anger. I need to speak to you. And you should have been punctual. Don't waste any more of my time. She pushes hard against the door, but it's becoming embarrassingly clear that she doesn't have the physical strength to best me. I want to know something about that night. Don't you know enough already? I want to know about her body. What did you do with it? Daniela releases her hold on the door. I assume that's the only invitation I'm going to get, and walk in. Daniela waves away stacks of books back onto the shelf, clearing a chair for me to sit. On her desk is a strange bird. By the smell that clings to the room, it's been long dead. Ugh. Gross. Charming, charming lady. I run a hand along it? Why? Why would you touch the dead, rotting bird? Why are we doing this? From the top of its downy head to the strangely smooth, glass-like spread of wings. Crystal taxidermy. It takes a lot of patience and time, both of which you are taking. Next it's going to be like, I stick out my tongue and lick the bird's head, the dead, rotting bird. It's beautiful. Daniela clicks her tongue. She seems to not like being ignored. You're a transmutation mentor, right? That's what my specialization is. Is this part of it? A small part. It's more a hobby than anything of use. She doesn't stop me, but she watches me like a bird of prey, ready to jump in should I do something wrong. This is not the corpse you wanted to discuss, Sydney. Can we get back on topic? I nod, pulling away, but there is something mesmerizing about the bird corpse's smooth transition from flesh and feathers to crystal. Is it gonna still stink after it's crystal? Is it gonna be like a smelly crystal bird? You're gonna sell it on Etsy? Lyra, a thought pops into my head and I feel instantly sick. I'd been admiring something that could so easily be Lyra. What? Please don't let your wild fantasies get the better of you, Sydney. Are we thinking the dead crystal bird is Lyra? Daniela snorts amusedly, catching on to my train of thought before I'd come to my own conclusion. My wide eyes and pale face must have given it away. I don't know what you did with Lyra. You could have done anything to her. And I'm an idiot for letting that happen. You are right. I could have. Her snorting laugh breaks into a saccharine giggle that doesn't suit her. It sounds flirtatious until Daniela's hard expression reveals it as an accident. She takes the sculpture from the table and returns it to a row of birds and animals, all half petrified in crystal. Why are they only half petrified? Crystal taxidermy has always been seen as a jovial hobby, but recently studies have identified a particular use for it. These studies verge on the edge of less agreeable magic, however. My research has been halted for now, but it was not in vain. I try to interject, but she leaves no pause large enough, purposely pushing the conversation away from Lyra. Turning flesh to crystal allows you to see every fault in that being. With the appropriate cutting and alignment of the chevrons, bevels, and points, one can fragment the light perfectly and cause these figures to glow anew. What? Like life itself still resides in them. Oh yeah, she's definitely making Lyra a stinky crystal. That's right, that's what she's doing. I tell you this because if I had done this to Lyra, it would have been a sculpture nothing short of sublime. You thought about it? I yell, feeling sick. Obsessively. Oh, great. Imagine, Sydney, I could have preserved her body in a way that would accentuate every line of her physique, good lord. I could have perfected the density of the crystal to susurrate when I ran my hand along her cheek. It would sound much like her laugh, that constant empty ring. Suddenly she reins in her demeanor from her increasingly unhinged rants. But I didn't. We dealt with her body respectfully. I hope that puts your mind at ease. It doesn't. Well, that sounds like your problem to solve. I have been honest with you, too honest for my liking. When people tell you they are being honest, the irony of it is an insult. Daniela, more than anyone I've met before, makes me feel that irony because I don't know where the lie is. I want to know where she is. She is safe, Sydney. Safe? She was dead. She was all smashed to bits. Daniela stands over me, and I fear pushing for an answer will have no effect on her. Okay, I believe you. Do? I don't believe her. I think that she made a weird, broken up Frankenstein crystal stinky statue of Lyra. She's got it stored somewhere, probably in her room. It's probably stinking up the whole place. Probably spraying it with Febreze. Going out to the store every day, buying more and more Febreze. With that win, Daniela returns to her seat. With my loss, I stand to leave. Our conversation is not done. You will be my mentee starting tomorrow, and I believe we have things to discuss in that regard, so get used to the stink. I'll be right back. My cat's messing around in something. Yeah, I don't trust you. I sit down once again, but want to leave now more than ever. I'd been too smug, just because I forced my way in, but Daniela has all the power here. You've been missing your lectures. Why? I saw my friend fall and, create a giant pool of blood or broken body. I thought the reason was obvious. Too obvious. Try and make it less obvious. Attend classes, see your friends, and let your life go back to normal. You would need to catch up on your studies, of course. Have your friends send you their notes. That will be a good enough start. You do have friends, don't you? I want to answer with my pride, but that would belittle the memory of Lyra. Lyra was my friend. Your only friend? My silence tells Daniela all she needs to know, and the hard line that is her mouth softens. Why do I need other friends? Because now you're all alone, and you can't even leave your room. Maybe part of that was because of the circumstances, but Lyra has not made it easy for you to move on. I don't want to move on. I'll never forget Lyra. Forgetting is a part of healing. Refocus your attention on things that grant life, not suck it out like a parasite. Lyra was not a parasite. I agree, but those who call her a friend are. What? Lyra becomes everything to you so easily, and you take from her more than you can ever hope to pay back. Isn't Daniela being oddly specific? Or she's just trying to get under my skin with accusations? We weren't like that. What did Lyra get from being close to you that no one else could give? I make really good brownies? I don't know. I rack my brain, wanting there to be something significant enough to prove her wrong. I can't think of anything on the spot like this. You see, you're just like a parasite, Sydney. Good Lord. The moment Lyra plucks you off, your whole world shrivels into nothing. That's not productive, and you need to move beyond that existence, you dirty little tick. Making new friends will be a step in the right direction. Daniela's words sting, and I hate that I didn't lie that I had friends apart from Lyra. Was I really such a burden on Lyra? Lyra would have wanted me to lie and keep her memory dignified, not taint it with all these doubts. Sophie, do you remember her? The one with purple hair? What about her? Ask her for her old lecture notes. She has penmanship like no other, and is always very thorough. I think about rejecting her offer, but seeing Sophie might prove to be more fruitful than continue to be humiliated by Daniela. Daniela zones out. The yellowish glow of entering the hive mind emitting from her eyes. The glow flickers from left to right as she spells out her thoughts. She shakes her head violently with a sharp click of her tongue. What a cheap trick, locking her mind at a time like this. Lock your mind? You can do that? Sophie is a special kind of student, though if you were to apply yourself as she has, I do not see why you would not be able to. I have things to do now. Find Sophie yourself. Daniela turned her chair from me, and I feel a tug at the back of my shirt pulling me towards the door. The door slammed shut on my face, and a deep thrum cast a protection spell across the whole thing. All this happens within seconds. If I had a second more, I could have pointed out one important fact I was missing. How do I know where Sophie even is? I decide to head towards the second-year dorms. Without any help from Daniela, the only lead I have to find Sophie is through that other student, Alice. Oh great, the creep. Creepy Alice. I never thought I'd find any use for her dorm room. Maybe she can see the future? I knock on Alice's door, with little hope this will lead anywhere. In the middle of the day, most people are locked away in lecture halls and classrooms. I knew this would be a waste of time. Lyra was the only dependable thing about this place. She was always there when I needed her, and even before I needed her. I could trust her to steer me away from things that just weren't worth my time. Like this. This isn't worth my time. Sydney! Oh Lord. Water drips from Alice's hair and bare shoulders lean out the doorway. She ushers me forward with a wave of her hand, and my stomach knots to imagine what I would see if I accidentally get too close. I was hoping you'd show up. Even... Oh! What? Alice lets out a kittenish yawn before retreating back out of view. Sorry about that. Come in, Yeah. Alice is caught in a twisted shape of shrugging her blazer on and yawning, all the while her hair is being blown dry by a magical gust of wind. Oh, I see she likes dolphins. Nice. Sorry, had a bit of a long night. It's hard to sleep these days. Because of Lyra? Because of Sophie, actually. Oh, I didn't know you two were... We're just friends, Sydney. I can't even imagine. No, that would be so weird. Sophie is my best friend. I'd be scared to ruin that. I feel my face flush. My assumptions called out. If I'd been more careful with how I treated Lyra, I wouldn't even be here. She'd be crashing in my dorm too. Being holed up inside wouldn't look so weird. I wouldn't have to fake being nice to this second year. I'm happy you finally took me up on my offer. I was telling Sophie about how we should get to know you better. Do you know where she is? Sophie? No, but I have a tracking spell for lost things. Would that be helpful? Alice searches under her pillow, her hand reaching in more deeply than it should. I step closer to see a small portal vortexing beneath her pillow. You've used a spell like this before, right? No, why should I? I would have thought. She trails off, leaning deeper into the vortex. I look away, seeing too much of what is underneath Alice's skirt. She probably knows. Lyra hated how I always gave people the benefit of the doubt, how I thought situations like these were probably an accident. I never realized how manipulative people could be until Lyra taught me all about it. Lyra would say that cute girls use the worst kind of tactics that are laughably degrading to everyone in the room. Not that Alice would get anything out of charming me, though. I'm thinking too much. Obviously, these things would only happen to Lyra. Alice could be putting up a mask so that I don't suspect her of knowing anything about Lyra's murderer. Not there, huh? Alice rushes across the room to look in her several drawers full of herbs and spell ingredients. Thought what? Alice looks around the room, biting her lip. Have you seen a green? I see it. She leaps up, and with the upthrust of wind magic is propelled high enough to grab hold of a green sachet. My whole face reddens. That kind of magic should never be done when you're wearing a skirt. Got it. Just what Sydney ordered. Alice throws me a couple of sachets of green sand. I've never used elementals in this way before, and I'm starting to see why Lyra didn't like this kind of magic. It looks so boringly simple, yet I have no idea how to use it. Magic that could undermine her expertise that much would never have sat well with Lyra. How do I use it? I see. You're trying to prove I'm not silly by pretending not to know. I'll play along then. Does she have to mock me like that? Why would I bother with herbal magic when I had such a great mentor like Lyra? When you think you're in the general vicinity, sprinkle some on the ground. It will lead you 100 steps in the direction of your lost thing. Is that it? Of course. You really don't know how to use it? Huh, that's so strange. I've never needed to before. Not even to find Lyra? She disappeared a lot from what I remember. Always somewhere she shouldn't be, never where you'd want her to be. Is that a rumor about her? I don't listen to rumors. Then why would you say that? She's probably lying and is one of the people who spread those awful rumors about Lyra in the first place. It's what Sophie always said, and she has enough proof. She'd disappear somewhere with Lyra for days and then show up and sleep for hours. I thought since you're so close to Lyra, maybe you noticed it too. She can't have been with Lyra. She was always with me. I hated asking her to leave because she'd say you were trying to get rid of her? No. The moment I respond, my mind instinctively makes it a lie. Lyra did say that I was trying to get rid of her, but in a joking way. I never wanted her to feel that way, so I'd ask her to stay over to prove it. I was always trying to prove I wanted to be her friend, but Alice doesn't need to know that. I can't quite lie, but I can't bring myself to tell the truth either. Not quite. You didn't say no, so Lyra did guilt you by saying you were trying to get rid of her after all. Caught. Sophie said the same thing. She disappears, but I'm the one trying to get rid of her. If I were really trying to get rid of her, I would have never made the spell in the first place, but I had to know who she was with for so long. It was always with Lyra. I'm sorry. You just wanted this silly spell, not all this extra baggage. Alice bags up a small portion of the green spell for me. She has the most strained-looking smile on her face. Were you jealous? Before I can stop to consider how that must have sounded, the question slips out. For once, Alice stays quiet, despite being so talkative. For some reason, even though her smile is still plastered on her face, I feel that she's fuming. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked. Don't be, I was talking a lot of rubbish. Sophie and I have been in a really good place this past week, too. It's almost like old times when we were beyond the wall. Alice giggles but chokes on how hard she is trying to force it. Students of the Academy refer to our time before the Academy as beyond the wall. Does this mean that Alice and Sophie knew each other even before the Academy? Sometimes things happen for the better, like the spell, for example. If I ever made it to find Sophie, I would still be trapped in Wonderland. If I never made it to find Sophie, I would still be trapped in Wonderland. What? Is this Alice? I'm always getting lost, and getting lost in Wonderland almost drove me mad. What do you mean? Sophie made me a special place to go and relax. She thought Wonderland was a cute way to refer to it. She created a place? Yeah, Sophie says it's like a whole new dimension. Alice pulls me toward the closet. From a distance there seems to be nothing abnormal about it. Not even the telltale glow of a spell brewing beyond. Inside the closet is a portal to a world as infinite as our own. It's called Narnia. I use it to go berry picking, press flowers, and sometimes to take nice long naps where no one can disturb me. The weather is always beautiful. I guess being a Wonderland explorer is kind of like my hobby. That sounds like a really fun hobby. It was. I have to work up the courage to start doing it again really soon. There's still so much to explore in there after all. Even after being trapped inside for months, I haven't explored a fraction of it yet. I don't know how it works exactly, but Sophie has a lot of control. She can change the weather there just by willing it. As we near the closet, I hear a rattle and the whistle of wind coming from beneath the door, and I gasp. Alice smirks proudly at my reaction. How can Sophie sustain something so large? The amount of magic that would take is exceptional. Sophie is exceptional, and you shouldn't underestimate her, Sydney. There is nothing she can't do. Is this a threat? Why else would she tell me about this place if not to threaten me? Lyra always said to be suspicious of a smile, and Alice is grinning so wickedly. She's implying that I'll be locked away if I ever get on their bad side. Perhaps I need to be careful with my words around Alice from now on, and not ask more about Sophie and Lyra, even though I'm so curious. Would not knowing the details protect me from this twinge of jealousy within myself? But if Sophie and Lyra were close, and Alice didn't like it, then maybe. I have a rising suspicion that Alice probably does have a motive to get rid of Lyra. I should probably get going. I still need to find Sophie and other things. Oh, okay, I thought you'd want to stay a little longer, but if you're going, Do you mind doing me a little favor? I guess I don't mind. Do I have a choice? The closet door is still rattling, reminding me how easy it would be to lock me away. This woman is the worst kind of person. I knew it. I get a good feeling from you, Sydney. You're a good person. I don't know if I can say the same about her. Being with Alice makes me uncomfortable, and it's not just because of the creepy closet door. I don't have time to question her more on why she's being so nice to me, when everyone else thinks I hurt Lyra, unless she knows exactly what happened. And if she had been jealous of Lyra, then... Alice walks away from the door and it suddenly becomes still. While she's distracted, rooting through her drawers again, I try to open the door. The doorknob keeps spinning and nothing catches the mechanism inside. Magic doors don't work like normal doors, she whispers from behind me, and I jump right out of my skin. I spin on my heels and she's not even left a hair between us. Her face is so close to mine as she tiptoes up to my height, with that stupid smirk on her face. The key to unlocking them is an invitation. The key to keeping someone in them is a will. I'm too scared to ask what she means by a will. Feeling the fire of embarrassment and dread simmer under my skin. Here, make sure Sophie gets this. Alice presses a vial into my hand and doesn't let go. An unpleasant concoction of chemicals and floral hints wafts up out of the bag. What is this? I want to pull my hand away, but Alice holds me tightly, and her big green eyes stare so joyfully into mine that I can't get my body to do the right thing. Sophie has been out since morning in the study halls. Working her mind so hard really takes its toll after a while, so she'll be needing this soon. I know she doesn't need me worrying about her like this, because she's so amazing, you know? I do know. Lyra was the same. I'd worry about her if she didn't mind peeing me, because she always did. I start to feel scared when she walked past me without saying a word, because it might have meant I did something wrong. Sounds like a great relationship. Sophie is a real prodigy, but the amount of magic she uses is dangerous. I've tried to tell her, but I'm just a silly herbalist. Alice's grip tightens in mine, clutching the vial of blue liquid so tightly I worry it will snap in her hands any moment. I'll never come close to Sophie's level, so anything she does seems scary to me, but this is different. Magic shouldn't put her in a trance for so long, and I wish she'd stop pushing her body so hard. Being put in a magical trance is dangerous, second-year student or not. So you do understand. I tried telling Sophie the same thing, but she said that if Lyra said it was okay, she doesn't see the harm. Lyra taught her that? Lyra taught Sophie all kinds of spells. I know Sophie can do it, but they were so advanced. The kind you could lose your mind to if they went wrong. Sophie shouldn't be doing them, but she doesn't listen to me. So, could you talk to her? Since you knew Lyra, maybe you could explain that she was wrong. If Lyra thought it was okay, then it's probably okay. I'm sure she had a reason for teaching Sophie those spells. How can you be so sure? Because Lyra takes really good care of those she mentors. If she thinks Sophie was able to handle those spells, then she is. You need to have more faith in your friend, like Lyra did. Like Lyra, huh? If you say so. Alice pulls her hands away and casts her eyes to the floor. I have to go. Sure, I'm sorry I kept you this long. Bye, Sydney. I'm glad to be out of there and on my way to finding Sophie. I have a bad feeling that something isn't right with Alice, but I can't say what. Her behavior could very well be related to Lyra's death. Both Alice and Sophie were there, after all. I'm not smart enough to figure it out just yet, but maybe if I spend more time with them, one of them will let it slip exactly what happened that night. This is how I will make it up to Lyra for letting her down so much. I want to be the friend she deserved. La 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 la. What's that? A soft song that sounds like someone humming in my ear cuts through the noise of the campus. La 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 la. Okay. It gets louder as I keep walking and then just suddenly disappears when I wander in the wrong direction. It can't be her. Lyra didn't sing. She was always too shy to do something she thought she was no good at. I have heard her in the shower before. The sound was always pitchy, but her voice alone was sweet enough to make a pretty sound. It sounds just like her, though. I follow the sound into the woods, knowing something isn't right, but my hopes keep rising the closer I get, and the louder the song becomes. Is she alive? Could she have faked the whole thing? But if she did, she would have told me, unless there was some reason she absolutely couldn't. La 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 la. If she isn't dead, if she could be alive, if... Sydney? Lyra? I thought I saw you. What are you doing out here? It's not Lyra. I try to blink back my tears, and when that doesn't work, I turn sharply away from Apolline, whatever, to wipe them with my sleeve. Apolline looks away, pretending to give me the privacy I need. If she really cared, she would just leave. I suppose you heard my heart song spell. Yeah, it's great. So that's what it was. It's not surprising that the thing I want most right now is for Lyra to be okay, but what a cruel trick to do. I hadn't meant for it to reach so far. There was a cast of falcons I was trying to lure in and tag. Cast of falcons, that's a new one on me. What's the point in that? Leave the birds alone. The corners of Apolline's mouth quirk up, and I feel instantly stupid for not keeping my mouth shut. Of course she is trying to bait me into a conversation. She's nosy and will waste no time reporting everything back to Daniela, no doubt. I like to see whether the same one comes back. Don't birds always return to familiar spots? Not here. You rarely see the same thing twice in this place. Too many protection spells warding off bad omens, but I'm trying to see if there's a way to get around that. I want to prove that with a little faith, the things you take care of will come back to you without having it mean that something bad is going to happen. I don't like the idea that fortune always has disaster at her heels. My face feels blotchy but dry enough that I can hazard a glance at Apolline. She's staring up at the clear blue sky, not a cloud or bird to see. I stare for too long and she catches my eye with a knowing smirk. Do you know how to get out of here? It's not too far back. You underestimate these woods. Students who think themselves fairies have booby-trapped it with crossings that warp space. Wow. Jerks. Step through one of them and you'll be right back here in this clearing. Oh my god. Great. It could take you hours before you make it out of this place, if you're not careful of the crossings. Spotting crossings isn't hard. In theory, no, but it does take practice. I assume Lyra never made you practice. Ugh, Lyra is such a loser. Oh my god, I hate Lyra. I didn't need to. Then I'll let you lead the way. I walk away in the direction I came from. I try to walk quickly ahead so Appeline can't follow so easily. Within a few moments she's gone and I am by myself. I keep walking east towards the campus in a straight line. I spot 2 crossings and avoid them. Soon after, I start to see a figure in the distance. You almost had it, Sydney. You were following me. I haven't moved, actually. I thought it would be best to let you try before coming to find you later if you didn't make it back. Most crossings lead back here eventually. Want to try again? This is a waste of time. You sound like Lyra. Because she was right. Wasting my time on working out a maze does not make me better at magic. No, but it makes you more aware of the magic around you. It protects you and keeps you from underestimating others by getting a better read. I think there was a first-year lecture on it last week. Did you go? I was sick last week. I can't bring myself to say, if it weren't for the bereavement leave, I would have lost it. I heard. That short sentence puts me immediately on edge. From who? Have they all been talking about me? Thinking up more ways they can pin it all on me? I guess it isn't so shocking that you heard my song after all. I assume most people would be in lectures, making it safe to use a heart song spell in public. But since you're in the habit of skipping classes now, it all makes sense. I wasn't skipping class, and using a spell like that for something as stupid as bird watching. Bird tagging, actually. I put air tags on all the birds. Whatever it is, it's a reckless use of magic. I wouldn't call it reckless. It might not be what I expected to happen, but it worked out in the end. I've been worried about you, but I wasn't sure if you'd appreciate me getting involved at all. I wouldn't have appreciated it, and I don't now. I hold my tongue and don't say it out loud, because I might need Appeline to get out of these crossings. However, the only person I've ever needed is Lyra, and I'm not changing that now. Even if that means I'm alone. I'd rather be alone if that means I can stay loyal to Lyra and keep her memory alive. Follow me. Thankfully, Appeline doesn't push anymore and starts to lead me through the woods. As I'm about to walk through a meadow, she raises an arm to hold me back. All the clovers have 4 leaves. You need to keep an eye out for omens, Sydney. Yeah, like, those horrible bad luck 4-leaf clovers. I get better at spotting the correct crossings, and eventually Appeline leads the way. Appeline, I think I keep calling her all kinds of different things. We wind up back in the center 3 more times before I get the hang of it. I start to wonder about all the things I never practiced with Lyra. We studied and she taught me lots of theories, but we never did things like this. Lyra never let me make mistakes the way Appeline does. That's just because Lyra was a better teacher. She knew how to help me avoid mistakes before they happen. That's not how that works. All Appeline has done is waste my time doing the same thing over and over again when she could have led me out already. You've made a lot of progress, Sydney. At the rate you're picking things up, I could maybe start teaching you the heart song spell. I've never learned an enchantment before. How does it work? Maybe if I can learn this, I can be capable of spells that will make this pack of liars tell the truth. As you know, the heart song creates music that speaks from the heart. How it sounds is different to whoever hears it. What's difficult for beginners is learning how to open their heart with enough sincerity that their magic accepts the spell. Now I'm explaining the spell out loud. Maybe it was a reckless thing to do. I'm believing less and less this was just all a happy coincidence. She probably saw me and lured me into the woods with the spell. She probably wanted me trapped here with her to further interrogate me, like how she tagged along to my dorm room that night. Apolline laughs at her mistake as if she told a hilarious joke. Goodness, Daniela would have chewed my ear off for such a mistake. Why does she look so happy about it? When you heard the heart song spell, what did it sound like? I heard Lyra. Sometimes it's an attractive thought to think that some things aren't really lost. Apolline nods as if she understands what I am feeling. As if she could. There is no way she understands. She's just trying to win me over by appearing to be sympathetic. Let's carry on. We might even be able to get you back for your afternoon seminar. Apolline takes the lead, and within no time we both exit the woods and are back on the path back to campus. I was wondering, what did you hear in the heart song? If Apolline heard Lyra's voice as well, then Apolline might not be the person who did that to Lyra, assuming Apolline tells me the truth at all. I can't hear anything. My enchantments have no effect on myself. If you teach me, you can find out then. Maybe. But there's no need. I know that all I want is others' happiness. I don't need an enchantment spell to tell me that. Ha! What a load of trash. I really can't trust her. You should put your happiness first. I will, when you do. I always do. Then stop chasing after Lyra's ghost and be happy, Sydney. Here, a good luck charm. Apolline tucks a feather into my pocket. Sparkly yellow dust falls from the leaves and rubs off onto my hands when I reach in and touch it. Another enchanted item, probably. This weirdo is up to no good. 2 large wings like a falcon sprout from her back. A sudden gust of wind pushes Apolline's body up into flight. Her right wing flaps quickly in my direction as if to wave. Then she's gone, flying over the trees at a breakneck speed. I tear the feather from my pocket and throw it into the forest. I don't need luck, and I don't need to be happy. Not without Lyra. I rip open one of the green sachets, letting loose a jade cloud of powder. I only have 100 steps, right? The cloud starts to drift away. Following its direction, I stampede ahead towards the study hall to find Sophie. I walk further into the study hall and feel like I'm stuck in the forest again. I don't think I've ever been to this place by myself before. Lyra had always led me through the labyrinth of bookcases and steered me away from the small enclosure of students. She said this was the worst place to study. Ironically, most people do everything but study in this dreary place. Oh, ugh. When I'm deep enough in the rows of shelves, the misty green cloud starts to consolidate into itself, dripping onto the floor. Green footprints paint a path back in the direction I came from. I follow after it, feeling the once dry powder turn goopy and slick beneath my feet whenever I dare tread on it. I realize it's less like sand and more like paint, and that some reckless monster had tracked all through the halls. It worked. Sophie turns away from her book, and her glowing yellow eyes, her eyes are blue, stare back at me, dulling long enough to acknowledge me without breaking her trance. There is a hollowness to her expression which frightens me, although I know it's nothing to worry about. Seeing Sophie like this now reminds me of how Lyra had looked that night, her eyes wide, but drained of life. There was so much blood, an image I'd never be able to scrub from my mind. I shudder, trying to shake it away, but that sick feeling grips my throat. A disgust that rocks me to my core breaks all that I've worked hard to maintain, and my teeth cut into my lips. I clamp my hand over my mouth, breathing deeply through my fingers, fighting against the choking fear. Face it. If I just face it, it won't be scary anymore. Does this place not have like a magical counselor, like some magical mental health help or something? I mean, this girl's just seen something really brutal, bound to have some trauma. What kind of school is this? My eyes are glued shut. But the fear doesn't go away. I pinch at my face, trying to stay together, to not look so inhumanly afraid. We're doing all this in front of this girl. Calm down, Sydney. Sit. I know it's Sophie's voice, but for a moment I want to imagine it's Lyra's. Sit. I want Lyra to be okay. So badly, I'd pretend anything was true, if it would ease the pain and guilt. I squeeze my eyes shut and listen to the hum of the song from the forest. La, 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 la. Oh, God. The freshest memory I have of her might be fake, but it's all I have. Okay. Holding on for dear life to the memory of Lyra's voice, I guide my breathing. I open my eyes. Sophie is back in her trance. Who keeps on studying while someone is having a breakdown? Lyra would never have been so cold. I get shivers looking at Sophie's dead expression and try nudging her. Sophie's body moves stiffly and flops back into position. With each nudge, eyes still transfixed on the magical runes in front of her. Some blank, loose leaves are strewn on the desk, along with some sort of canvas sheet. I have no choice but to sit and wait for Sophie to exit her trance. Ow! Sophie sighs dramatically, finally releasing her mind from its trance. Whatever made her grunt in pain is a satisfying enough punishment for the way she ignored me for so long. Rude people don't deserve pity. I think about the medicine in my pocket, but until I get what I need, I plan to hang on to it, just in case. Someone this rude might say no to a request to borrow notes. Lyra believed in never showing your hand first, and above all else, always have a bargaining chip. Did it work? Sophie finally speaks. Now she has a machete and she's chopping through a mango forest. Looking at the blank canvas propped up against her book, her brows sag in defeat before a cutting glare physically slices the canvas clean open. Again and again. Let me back away. Here, Sophie! I instinctively bolt upright and push my chair back with a screech, putting distance between me and Sophie's line of sight. Sophie flinches at the sound of my chair legs scraping against the wooden floor. She crushes her head between her palms and lays her head against the table. She mutters curses in the pages of her book, no doubt cursing me for disturbing her studies. Are you okay? As if you care. She's right, I don't, but I am not heartless. Maybe I should just give her the medicine. Stupid canvas, stupid headache, stupid Lyra. Stupid Sophie. If I didn't need Sophie's help, I know what Lyra would have done. She would have slapped Sophie for insulting her like that. Wow. I'm starting to think that Sydney and Lyra kind of mean girls, you know? I'm the stupid one, not Lyra. Stupid me. The only thing I did was clench my fist. I should have done more. It's not Lyra's fault you're bad at this. Sophie glares at me, and I press my lips together. I don't want to end up like that canvas. What use would I be to Lyra then? Everything is Lyra's fault. With that attitude, no wonder you can't do whatever it is. I look from the book to the canvas, not able to see the relationship between either. What is this? Sophie raises her head and glances over me, all over me. I can feel her gaze linger on my exposed skin like a pervert. What? I instinctively cross my arms in front of myself. Little use as that does. Mind painting. I was beseeching a muse, but they escaped. Sophie continues to shamelessly watch me, even as I wriggle under her gaze. That seems like a waste of effort. Idiots use magic when they don't need to, especially for something like chasing after a pretty thing. True idiots talk about things they have no understanding of. Sophie grunts painfully. She turns away and hides in the darkness of the book pages. Her voice becomes muffled, but she insists on speaking either way. Mind painting requires you to look for where your mind draws you and to open up your subconscious to the world. It's not chasing after pretty things. It's going deep into the darkness and saving the beauty. Saving? I guess that makes you some sort of glorified hero. I guess your mouth makes you a sarcastic nuisance. You! Sophie cuts me off as if she hadn't just snubbed me. So, why were you looking for me? Who said I was? The last thing I want is for this rude person to think I want to be here, even though I do need to be here. The green paint on your shoes, that's how you found me, I assume. So, it's just paint. Of course it is. How else are you meant to paint your path towards a lost thing? What do you want? Notes. Miss Daniela said that I have to catch up on classes and that you're the person to see. I've told her to stop sending people over. She knows memories are subjective, and I don't want some random stranger walking around with mine. Memories? What do I even get out of helping you? Sophie breezes past my questions, and I see her eyes roam over my body again. What a creep. Does she think I'd show her interest for some notes I don't even want? So these are the types of people that hang out in the study hall? I'll never be able to thank Lyra enough for keeping me safe from perverts like Sophie. Your pocket. What's in there? I put my hand in my pocket to grip the vial tight, wondering if now is the right time to show her. I don't get a chance to make my own decision, as Sophie pulls my hand out of my pocket, revealing the vial. Ah, so that's why I've been sensing Alice on you. She tries to take the vial, but I hold on tightly to it. I still need the notes. I won't be able to concentrate if I don't have this first. Sophie has the look of a lizard in her eyes, the kind that so easily sprouts lies and slithers out of anything she promises. I don't trust you. After that night, how can any of them think I'd be silly enough to trust them? What do you have to lose? I've already lost Lyra. Whatever I have left isn't worth it, I suppose. I unclench my fist and Sophie takes the vial. She sprinkles drops of it into her eyes, and the throbbing in her temple, like a maggot beneath her skin, seems to disappear. That's a great analogy. Ah, this is worth 1,000 muses. She makes such a show of it that I feel like I should look away, but the way her full-lipped mouth hangs open makes my gut tighten and I can't look away. She smirks, rubbing her eyes furiously before handing the vial back. I don't need it. Rather have it and not need it, though. I take the vial, not wanting to draw out this unnecessary conversation any longer. For one, her constant staring would make me do anything to hurry this along. Good girl. Sophie laughs, and I get that annoying gut feeling again. Why is she so insufferable? Sophie looks at her broken canvas. Now her headache is gone. Perhaps she can understand how pointless her tantrum was. There's never inspiration when you need it, but there's always a good Alice to remind you what's important. Even if I can't paint, at least I have Alice. I'd be a mess without her. I am grateful for Alice, but with Lyra gone, there's so much that's gone, missing. I don't feel like myself. You feel it too, right? I don't feel anything like that. Oh, so nothing has changed? Nothing that's been taken from you that defines you and makes you special? All because Lyra went plop? Isn't losing my best friend enough? You're right, I'm sorry. She meant that, as far as I can tell. Sophie strokes the canvas and has a sad look. I overreacted. You're her mentee, so of course you aren't just being flippant by saying you don't feel anything. Once a liar, always a liar, but maybe she's not as rude as I thought. I think I understand what you said about not feeling like yourself. I sometimes find it hard to even remember what being myself is like. I get that. Although I said that Alice has kept me from feeling like a complete failure, the truth is, only Lyra could help me through my art blocks. Lyra let me into her mind, knowing how there could be serious consequences with that kind of magic. It's something only she would do. Lyra let Sophie do that? They could have lost their minds. Lyra never mentioned Sophie to me, even though Sophie was a previous mentee. So I wonder, am I sad that Lyra is gone? Or am I just mad that I can't create because I don't have Lyra's mind as a playground anymore? Does she realize how awful that sounds? Maybe Sophie is actually just as rude and selfish as I thought. Who's being flippant now? So, do you still want these notes? You'll give them to me? I said I would. She doesn't move, however, and she doesn't say a word. We sit in silence. I can't wait to leave, but I also want her notes. Sophie finally rips out a sheet of paper and licks the tip of her pencil. A long string of her spit, oh my god, stretches from her mouth like spider silk. Oh, nasty. The strand glints and glows as the pencil comes to life, writing all by itself. The doodle bob, no! That throbbing maggot. What is this obsession with maggots? That throbbing maggot-like tension in her temple begins to come alive again, pulsating with each stroke. What's happening? That's what I want to know. My notes. I use my memories to record lectures. Then this spell helps me to translate those memories. So that's what she meant by memories? Did you learn this in second year? I'm a special case, as Lyra put it. I've learned more than I should. But without Lyra, perhaps all that will stop. Maybe it's better that way. What else did Lyra teach you? My gut is twisting, thinking back to all the studying I've done with Lyra. How she would skip over the things she found boring or condense whole chapters into a sentence. She never liked wasting time on small things, and she never taught me anything like this either, but she's done so much with Sophie. She taught me stuff we could do together, stuff I could do to other people. Why did she put it like that? She's making Lyra sound as big a pervert as her. I suddenly remember how Daniela's hive mind ping bounced back. Did she teach you to lock your mind to the hive mind? No, she'd never shoot herself in the foot like that. Why would that be bad? Lyra had a lot of control over the hive mind. No, she didn't. No one controls the hive mind. They tell you this in orientation. You're right, but also very wrong. The hive mind is just a web of mind links. Each link is equal and has infinite connections to everyone. You can't control it, and that's physically impossible. And you can't scream inside your own mind. No matter how much you try, it all sounds the same. Yet inside the hive mind, Lyra's voice also managed to sound the loudest. Didn't you ever notice that? I think about it, but Lyra's voice would of course sound loudest to me. I was always looking for it within the hive mind. When it wasn't her voice, I didn't care. I noticed. So, you're like everyone else. I think that others notice too, but everyone follows her happily like rats, following a Pied Piper until Lyra's screaming hurts. Her voice always sounded safe to me. Not to me, so I learned how to cut myself off. I think that really pissed Lyra off. She would have used that to expel me if she didn't need me for her thesis. You're just a second-year student. Like I said, I'm a special case. I taught Lyra as much as I learned from her. My stomach starts to hurt. All this nodding and twisting from talking about Lyra and about Sophie and Lyra would do that. I was special to her too. No matter how many times I repeat this to myself, the knots get tighter. What made you a special case? Me? Lyra only mentors people she sees potential in. I was an easy mark. I've been on the school's watch list for years. I didn't want to leave Alice beyond the wall though, so I waited until we both got accepted. So I'm curious, what did she see in you? It's a good thing Lyra has better taste in people than you do. What's that supposed to mean? It would be a shame for someone like you to waste their potential simply because they can't see it. Hey, sorry about that. It would be a shame for someone like you to waste their potential simply because they can't see it. I have potential? Didn't Lyra ever tell you that? She never shut up about all the amazing things she could see me succeeding in if I just pushed myself that little bit more. She never said that to me. Then I guess you'll have to just trust she saw something. If not your magical ability, then... She holds eye contact with me again, before raising her eyebrows as her glance plunges downward on me. The thread of spit snaps, and the pencil falls on the table, lifeless once more. Looks like they're done. Sophie folds the sheet before handing it to me. You can leave now. The tight knot in my gut finally snaps. I snatch the notes from Sophie and storm out of the study hall. My face feels hot, and I hate how much I'm blushing. I don't dare look back to Sophie staring at my legs or the bareness of my throat. She's the worst. She's powerful, but definitely a pervert that Lyra had no business being with. What could someone like her teach Lyra? What did Lyra see in her that she didn't see in me? The moment I get through the door, I flop down on the bed. I think I might have pushed myself a little too much today. And for what? I haven't learned anything useful, and the person who did this to Lyra is still going on about their lives as if nothing had happened. And sooner or later this whole mess will be pinned on me. I can feel it. After getting to know Daniela, Apolline, Alice, and Sophie, I know it had to be one of them, but I am no closer to knowing who it was than when I first started. If Lyra ever saw potential in me, then it's not in spotting the monsters in people. In fact, she'd done all she could to protect me from such things. She'd protected me from the harsh words of Daniela, the coy presumptions of Alice, the manipulative mollycoddling of Apolline, and the irritating perversions of Sophie. To imagine all of this happening under my nose, it's thanks to Lyra I was safe from it all. Daniela has sent you a calendar invite for tomorrow at 10 a.m. Sydney has accepted and sent a response. She didn't want me to see before, and now she's suddenly so interested. Could this be about Lyra, or just my schoolwork? She's probably going to check that I went to get Sophie's notes and didn't just crawl back into bed. I take out Sophie's mind notes, wanting to be prepared if Miss Daniela starts quizzing me on it during our meeting. I spend some time studying through the sheets of perfectly transcribed notes. Sophie's mind recorded everything, even the intervals of the lecturer's coughing fits. Huh? I turn over to the last sheet of notes, and the letters suddenly change. They become large scrawls, almost illegible in how they overlap. I make out the odd word or phrase, but none of it makes sense. Lock her, find, give, chase, lock, away, her, I'll keep her. That last one is the only thing I'm sure of. Either way, it all gives me a bad feeling about this. Who was Sophie thinking about? Is this about Lyra? These were Sophie's memories, but Daniela was the other one that sent me to get them. Was she trying to tell me something? To threaten me? Alice was threatening me. Are they going to lock me in the Wonderland? I need to find the truth about Lyra that night. Who should I investigate? Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it off here. The interesting game, we'll have to investigate further later. Got some stuff come up. Please join me next time. We have to find out what happened to Lyra, this magic school. This is Salty Basement Mage, and I will talk to you later. Goodbye.